Understand the reason why the current belief system. Brother Jibede sent me a powerful video about music. And I've been talking about this. I did it about 20 years ago. Not 20, a long time ago when I did the research on praise and worship. And Brother Jibede sent me this video about why the current state of music is the way that it is, why they, the powers that be, allow only rap music out, or only music that promotes killing and stealing and robbing and hurting the black man. If you notice, the narrative is determined by the dominant culture, and any black man or woman that goes outside of the narrative, they get slapped on the wrist. So you cannot express, expose, and expand the truth. You can only express, expose, and expand the version of the truth that they, whoever they are, allows you to. The moment that you step outside of your lane, you will become lame. The moment, black man, wake up, black man. No more play, play. Better wake your ass up. No more play, play, homie. This is 2020. The moment you step outside of your lane, baya, you come up lame. Now, as long as you play the game and stay in your lane, they will allow you to oscillate and vibrate. But the moment that you step outside of your lane, now you got a predetermined lane that has been assigned to you by the dominant culture and by this harmonious arrangement. One of those predetermined lanes is what we call religion. And the word religion, as I've talked about before, is the word re-legion. It's the return of legion. My name is Legion, for we are many. Legion, that means multiple dispositions. You know, that's did. That's the dissociative identity disorder. Y'all watch the movie Split? That's what it's about. So before I unveil the true esoteric history of the Adam and Eve story, the true esoteric history, hidden history, that's underneath the Vatican, of what we call the Helios Biblius, or the Sun Book, or the Book by Baal, the by Baal, we have to understand that your reticular activating system will not allow the statements that I'm making to penetrate. Because if you go to Google or your favorite search engine, again, your job is to prove me wrong. My offer is still out there. $10,000 to anybody, any reverend, any doctor, and any bishop that can prove me wrong. I will give you $10,000 if you can prove me wrong. So before we begin, you got to understand why I can boldly make these statements, and I've been making these statements for 20 years and will continue for the next 100. However long I decide to stick around. And the difference is that your brain, positively or negative, based upon biology, go to Google and type in RAS. Don't believe me, you go to Google yourself and type in the reticular activating system. So you got a current belief, whatever it is, that's a vibration. That's called thought transference. That's a neurological network. That means that your neurons allow, because remember, you don't see with your eyes. No, you don't, boo-boo. You see through your eyes. You see with your brain. Don't believe me? Google it. Research it. Your favorite search engine. I got to stop saying Google, man. Google ain't paying me to promote them. I got to stop saying Google. But go to your favorite search engine. Now remember, I got to lay the foundation before I reveal it, because your brain is not going to allow you to receive the truth, because right now you currently got a truth. So long as you got a version, you cannot put new wine in an old wineskin. You cannot put anything in a closed fist. If your fist is closed, how can I put anything in it? So you got to open it up. Okay, how do you open it up? You got to get rid of your current belief. Now, I'm not saying don't believe it. I'm just saying set it aside. Now, the Bible calls that love. The Bible says if you do not have the love of the truth. Love is agape. Truth is aletheia. Agape, again, it means fondness. It means openness. It means brotherly love. Aletheia means objectivity, consideration, willingness. So if you're not open to be willing, that means you got to get rid of your reticular activating system. You cannot. The frequency matching states that if your frequency is different from the current frequency, they don't connect. So you got a frequency called a belief system. I am sending you another frequency that's different from your current frequency. So your reticular activating system puts up a shield and it blocks it. That's why poor people will always be poor. It is impossible for a poor person to become rich unless they get on the same frequency as a rich person. How do they do that? This is called hidden codes and social norms. You got to find a rich person, hang out with them, pick up their frequency, their wave or their vibration, and see that, hey, rich people think differently than me. They do things differently than me. That's why they're rich. So true people do things differently than religious people. That's why they operate in truth. Healthy people do things differently than non-healthy people. They eat differently. They drink differently. They sleep differently. That's why they got a different frequency. So dis-ease are people who have a disturbance in the brain. So that means you are worried about something or someone. There's a lot of women who have medical issues because of a mental issue. A mental issue is the word care. You care about someone. If you go to dictionary.com or your favorite dictionary and type in the word care, you're going to see the word worry, anxiety, concern. Those are all Luciferian constructs. The Bible says, why worry? So if you worry, that creates dis-ease in your body, and it manifests called a disease. And you go to the doctor and they give you pharmakeia. Pharmakeia is what we call sorcery. Now remember, your job is to not to believe what I'm saying. Your job is to look up what I'm saying and try to get this 10 grand. If I was you, that's what I would be doing. I mean, if I'm going to give you $10,000 to prove me wrong, then if I was you, I would look it up. If I was you. So if I was you, I would say, okay, this dude just said he's going to give me $10,000 if I can prove him wrong. So if you're a reverend or a doctor or bishop, I'm getting ready to make some statements that's totally different from what you just heard all your life. So your job is to take the statements, do the research, and then present facts to prove that what I'm saying is incorrect. Because first statement I just said is your reticular activating system, again, is a part of the brain that's called the reptile brain, and that controls your instincts. That controls what we call fight or flight or freeze. So how does the reticular activating system works? What the reticular activating system is your defense against any new information that challenges your ego. So right now I'm getting ready to make a statement that's going to challenge your ego. And as soon as I make that statement, your reticular activating system is going to activate. The moment that your reticular activating system activates, it's activating because a frequency is entering your ears that doesn't match the current frequency. So now again, before I make these statements that's going to destroy your belief system, it's going to activate a defense mechanism called fight, flight, or freeze. So you're going to be angry at me, or you're going to develop cognitive dissonance. You're going to freeze, or you're going to hang up and you're going to disconnect, and you're going to say that Negro's lost. I'm going to pray for him. He don't know thee. So the statements, now remember, I have $10,000 if the statements that I am getting ready to make, if you can prove me wrong with these statements. Now, the book that I sent all of my clients is a book that was classified by the CIA because they did not want you to know what I'm getting ready to tell you. That's why it's a classified CIA document. But you know, after a certain period of time, I forgot, I think it's like 20 years, 30 years, a lot of the classified information becomes unclassified due to the Public Act or Public Rights Act, whatever it's called. But before I make the statements, you got to remember, your brain is automatically going to, as I'm talking right now, your brain is formulating a response to my statements. You ain't listening to what I'm saying. You are formulating a reply. You don't listen to learn. Nobody do. We listen to debate. We listen to find a statement. Our reticular activating system, automatically, it does it for us. This is unconscious. Now remember, you got three. You got a conscious, You got a subconscious. Everybody knows about that. Nobody talks about the unconscious. So the unconscious brain is below the threshold of your detection. So I am getting ready to make some statements that's proved by the stars in the sky, that's proved by all the history that's underneath the Vatican that you ain't got access to, which I have inside of my book, the Vatican, called Vatican Control, which you should already know this, but you probably didn't read the book. So I'm getting ready to make these statements. Now, this statement is historical fact. These statements I'm getting ready to make about the Adam and Eve story that you got is a lie. Now, I know because you read it from the King James Bible, but you ain't never researched who the hell King James is. You haven't done, and if you did, you researched the wrong information. Because just the cover of the King James Bible, if you look at a 1611 King James Bible, look at the cover of it, those two poles, and then look at the top, that dude with his head and that hole in his head. That's Hiram Abiff. Who's that dude? Go Google, favorite search engine, and type in 1611 King James Bible cover. Please, 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 I'm begging you. I'm begging you. I'm begging. I don't beg, but I'm begging you, boo-boo. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. Go to your favorite search engine, type in 1611 King James Bible cover. Click on images and look at the angel. Look at the compass of the square. Look at that dude who has that hole in his head. Then Google Hiram Abiff, or find a good Mason and ask him, who's that dude? What is that doing on the cover of a King James Bible? And what does that mean? Hole in the head. Who's Hiram Abiff? Now, we ain't even getting into the good stuff yet. I'm getting ready to get into the good stuff, the whole purpose. But remember, I got to tell you why the statements I'm getting ready to make is gonna have three responses to everybody on this call today. One, you're gonna freeze. You're gonna be like, oh, what the? And it's gonna create cognitive dissonance inside your brain. Because anytime the reticular activating system encounters a frequency that is different from the current frequency, currency is what you currently see, what you currently be. So your body is sending out a frequency, a wave of vibration. You are a photonic being, boo-boo. You are a frequency. You are a light being. Now you trapped in a dirt suit, but boo-boo, you ain't dirt. You're light. And the light is a freaking frequency. That frequency is your currency. But it's what you currently, it's your currency, your current SEA, aura, and it's what you currently see, SEE. That's how you be. So you don't see with your eyes, boo-boo. You see with your brain. You see through your eyes, and the brain interprets the frequencies. You don't see with your eyeballs. You see through them. And it hits the back of your brain, and it registers the frequency. Everything's frequency. Everything's energy. Waves of vibration. So your reticular activating system is going to make you freeze. You're going to get discombobulated because you're going to get confused because you say, this nigga saying some shit I never heard. Then you're going to want to fight. You're going to get angry. You're going to email me. And you're going to tell me some crazy whack-ass blankety blank. They're like, oh, brother, the research you've done is incorrect, my brother. Did you look it up, Negro? No. I already know. Now, I sent you the email. I sent you the ebook. CIA document. I got 5 other books that we're going to be breaking down during this 7-hour series that you've never heard before. And if you heard it, you ain't read them. That's why I'm sending it to you. So you're going to want to freeze. If you don't freeze, you're going to want to fight. And if you don't fight, you're going to disconnect. You're going to flee. Those are the only 3 responses that's available to the reticular activating system. So how do you get outside of the reticular activating system? Dump your ego. Just come to this 7-hour series and say, Doc, I'm going to set aside for 7 hours, dog. You got 7 hours, bro. And I want you to do what I do. I don't believe no Negro. I don't give a flying banana how many degrees he got, where he from, who his mama, his daddy is. I don't care how much money he got or don't got. I believe no Negro. Negro means everybody, because we all Negroes, which I'm giving to prove to you. So I don't believe nobody. But what I do is I lay aside any belief system that I have. And if there's somebody coming to me and say, hey, dog, all black people listen to rap music. I mean, really? They're going to say, yes, sir, I got facts. I'm going to look at his facts. He's going to show me some videos of black people listening to rap music. I'm going to say, interesting. And then I'm going to say, thank you very much for that information, bro. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to get on the internet. I'm going to get up to research. I'm going to go to the library. I'm going to call around some people that's in the music industry. I'm going to say, hey, dog, do all black people listen to rap music? That's what I heard. That's the rumor. I said, no, man. I know this dude named Charlie Pride way back in the day. He was a black dude. That fool sung country and western music back when Negroes were getting strung up. Really? So I'm going to Google Charlie Pride. And I'm going to pull up. You know what? That is a Negro that don't listen to rap music. He's a country and western dude. So that can't be true. Now, you could say 99% of Negroes listen to rap music. I buy that. But, boo-boo, you cannot tell me all Negroes listen to rap music. Because I know some Negroes who don't. So that is an incorrect statement. That's what we're doing today. Today, I'm embarking upon the series. But I need to make sure you understand what you get ready to feel inside of your body right now is because of your reticular activating system. Because you're coming to this show with a set of beliefs, and you already have the truth. You already have the Adam and Eve story. And I'm getting ready to tell you a story that doesn't match your current story. Because it doesn't match the current frequency, the brain automatically rejects it without investigation. Why? Your belief is you. You have not separated your ego from your spirit. That's the problem I had. Now, nothing bothers me no more. Somebody walk up to me and call me spirit monkey, squirrel monkey, spirit chunker, Negro, dark chocolate, midget, whatever. Doesn't bother me. Talk about my mama, my daddy, anybody. I don't care. Nothing bothers me no more. Why? I know I am not my beliefs. I know I'm not my thoughts. You probably haven't got there yet. That's the purpose of the class. So you think your thoughts and you are the same. Boo-boo. You're not your thoughts. You're supposed to examine them. But you believe if you get a feeling that you are poor, you go to the bank says you ain't got no money. That's a true statement of this reality, not my reality. Because I know pieces of paper are not currency. I know this because I've done research on what money really is. And I know that money is actually a state of mind. It's not a piece of paper. But maybe your belief system is different from mine. So again, you generate a feeling. And I know what you feel about, you bring about. Since you feel poor, you got a frequency of poor because feelings are frequencies. Thoughts are frequencies. So I'm giving you a thought that's different from the current thought. Now you got a thought that says Adam and Eve, Bible. I'm getting to give you a thought that says something different. So now we got a thought war. Since your thought you've been carrying around, how old are you now? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. So you've been carrying around a thought for 50 years. And I'm going to interject a thought that's only been around in your brain for how long? 2 seconds. So your thought is way powerful than that thought until you add more evidence to the thought that I'm getting ready to interject based upon historical fact. That's what I do. So I've replaced all the lies with truth. How did I do that though? I started by doing something called research. I started by questioning the nature of my reality. I started by getting outside of the box. But the only way I could get outside of the box is to realize that the box that I had was just a box. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good. It was just a box. I liked the box. It was a great box. It did me well. That box served me great, man. But now I'm ready to go to the next level. New level where there is no devil. I want to go to that level. That's source code level. Now everybody else, most people, they don't want to go to that level. They like fighting demons and devils. They like devils. I don't like devils. It's a waste of time to me, my energy. So source code is all knowing. He's all power. He's all present. He's all simple. And he's all benevolent. Omni means always. So you're not always benevolent. I know because I can call you right now and talk to you, call you out your name, and you will not be benevolent. I guarantee you. If you got kids, I can talk about your little Johnny. God forbid I put my hands on him. What's going to happen? You're not going to be benevolent. Why? We got emotions. We got feelings. We are spirit trapped in a dirt suit. And our dirt suit controls our soul. And our soul has disconnected us from our spirit. That's the problem with humanity. See, we got to reverse engineer this. Right now, your body tells your mind, your will, your emotion, your intellect what to do. How do I know? Your body has cravings. Your body says, Negro, we want to eat. And it sends a message to the brain. And the brain, the mind, will, emotion, the message, intellect, processes that information, says, we want food. Now, you can disconnect it by ignoring it. But after a while, they start releasing more chemicals. And then it gives you a headache. The body is going to tell the soul what to do. But the soul is supposed to be telling the body what to do. So I reverse engineered that shizness. That's what you got to do. Otherwise, what I'm getting ready to say ain't going to register. Because your body is going to tell your soul to reject your source, which is your spirit, which is parakletos. So I'm getting ready to speak parakletos to you. And parakletos is the Greek word for comforter. It's the Greek word for advocate in English. So that word advocate, the source code left you an advocate. You're just not listening to him. I do. I listen to the advocate. The advocate is not found in the building. It's not found in the book. It's not found from a reverend, a doctor, or a bishop. I cannot give you your advocate. Source code did. Source code left, and he says, when I leave, I got to go. Because if I don't go, you're not going to receive the advocate. You're not going to receive the parakletos. And without the parakletos, you got King James. The only way to get rid of King James is to get the parakletos. So brothers and sisters, let's join in. Let's dive into the greatest secret never told, which is the story, all the stories, in fact, that you got are just biological expressions inside of the body. But I got $10,000 to the Negro that can prove me wrong. Let's delve in. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all not ready.